So, more than 6,000 Rolls-Royce cars are produced annually at this English factory, and most of these luxury cars are exported to the United States. Right now, you are watching the making of the Spirit of Ecstasy sculpture. This is the mascot on the bonnet of every Rolls-Royce car. While other top-end car manufacturers focus on speed, maneuverability, and super lightweight supercar status, Rolls-Royce cars are expensive for one reason: luxury. But luxury comes at a price. In addition to the high purchase price, which starts at $350,000 US, there are also high maintenance costs to consider. Each Rolls-Royce model is essentially hand-built, and because virtually every element of the vehicle can be customized, production can take a very long time. On average, Rolls-Royce cars take around 6 months to produce, which equates to around 450 hours of work. You are now watching the body sheet metal processing. Around 2,600 permanent employees work at this Goodwood factory. The company also supports more than 7,500 additional full-time equivalent jobs within its wider national supply chain. It takes approximately 6 months to produce a Rolls-Royce car, while it takes an average of 13 hours to produce a Toyota car. Every Rolls-Royce car has been built exclusively at this state-of-the-art factory in Goodwood, England. Now factory staff are finishing welding the entire body of the car, which will then be sent onto the main assembly line. You will always recognize Rolls-Royce cars by their dominant handmade grille pantheon and self-aligning wheel centers. Rolls-Royce has always focused on crafting durable, enduring vehicles. At least 65% of all Rolls-Royce cars ever to emerge from the production line are still operational and on the roads today. The retractable Spirits of Ecstasy are an iconic feature of Rolls-Royce cars' main emblem. This car brand is considered by many car connoisseurs to be the finest automaker in the world. Don't worry. If you want a Rolls-Royce but live in a country without a dealer, specially trained technicians will fly to your home country to service the car. Interior equipment, including paint options, is virtually unlimited. Inside, you'll find incredible space and be surrounded by luxury, including a refrigerator and the most expensive materials. The production process consists of the main stages: pressing, painting, wood processing, leather shop, main assembly, and quality control. When you buy a Rolls-Royce, you'll virtually never get the base price. The price increases depending on the customer's requirements and can be in the tens of millions of dollars. Right now you are watching the creation of the decoration on the front dashboard. This is the extreme care that goes into the interior, which is often fitted with gold, diamonds, and other expensive materials according to the customer's requirements. Every Rolls-Royce car is an original and often a collector's item. There are no two identical cars from this automaker in the world. Cars tend to be the worst possible investment because their price has been falling since they were bought. Rolls-Royce cars are an exception. The price usually goes up over time. This is how the bull hide is processed and used for the interior of the car. Typically, 20 European bull hides are used for a single car. The damaged parts are manually marked on the leather, and the machine then cuts the desired shapes. These are then used to make, for example, seat covers. These employees take care of the finish of the leather seats, which must be in absolutely perfect condition. Driving in Rolls-Royce cars is characterized by extreme silence inside the car. The leather seats must therefore not make any noise. A development of a new Rolls-Royce model starts with a sketch in the chief designer's office. Followed by the creation of a life-size clay model of the car, in this case Rolls-Royce boat tail. Clay models are built in top-secret studios that are even more restricted than manufacturing plants. Clay allows designers to physically manipulate the shape and form of the car. This process helps them better understand proportions and aesthetics in a way that digital models cannot. Rolls-Royce boat tail is the world's most expensive street-legal car, with a speculated price of $28 million US. Clay models are a traditional part of the car design process, and they continue to be used today because they work. Car companies have been using clay models for decades, and they continue to do so because it is a tried and true method that has proven to be effective time and time again. This beautiful car was inspired by the aesthetics of yachts from the 1920s and 1930s. The Rolls-Royce boat tail is a mid-sized luxury coach-built Grand Tourer car made by Rolls-Royce Motor Cars. This British luxury car manufacturer was formed in 1973 when the Rolls-Royce car company was spun off from the nationalized Rolls-Royce Limited. It produced luxury cars under the Rolls-Royce and Bentley brands. Vickers bought it in 1980 and sold it to Volkswagen in 1998. Bentley Motors is the company's immediate successor. However, BMW acquired the rights to the Rolls-Royce trademark for use on cars, and shortly afterwards formed a new company, Rolls-Royce. The Spirit of Ecstasy, the flying lady sat up front on all rollers, is valued so highly by the marque that there is a safe on the shop floor at Goodwood containing no more flappy mascots than necessary for one day of production. The coat is known only by a small circle of craftspeople. These employees handle the leather parts of the interior. The leather comes from premium, specially bred bulls. Leather is sourced from only the finest bulls, reared at high altitude to avoid stretching and insect bites. Blemishes, imperceptible to the untrained eye, are rejected, with off-cut leather being passed down to the fashion industry. The Rolls-Royce Starlight headliner is available in the Phantom, the Ghost, and the Wraith. This female employee creates a unique Starlight headliner, which is a totally unique feature of Rolls-Royce Wraith. Employees on the main assembly line are now working on the exterior car bodywork. Rigorous quality control is carried out several times throughout the production process. In addition to the United States and China, there is another strong demand for Rolls-Royce vehicles in Asia and in the wealthy Arab countries. Rolls-Royce was the first company to use disc brakes on a production vehicle, and the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost was the first car to be dubbed the best car in the world. This is how all the elements on the front dashboard are checked after installation. Over the years, many celebrities have been spotted in Rolls-Royce vehicles, including Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Kim Kardashian. This employee who assembles the engines is named Chris. An important feature of all Rolls-Royce cars is the massive twin-turbocharged V12 engine. Right now, you're watching the employees who assemble this V12 engine. The construction of these huge engines is a demanding activity that can only be mastered by employees after extensive training. The front grille is now bolted on. This is how all the elements on the front dashboard are checked after installation. The high proportion of human labor involved in assembly is one of the reasons for the high price and also the high quality. Goodwood site covers 42 acres, 17 hectares. Around 20 cars are produced here every day. After connecting the chassis to the body, employees connect the wiring and bolt together to complete the marriage process. Rolls-Royce only makes 4 models: Phantom, Ghost, Cullinan, and Spectre, which is electric vehicle. Rolls-Royce Ghost has 2 subversions. Wraith is a 2-door coupe and Dawn is a convertible. This is how production of the Rolls-Royce Starlight headliner begins. First, the leather is perforated with 800 to 1,600 holes, each carefully counted. That's the 1,340 individually hand-woven optical fibers that mirror the starry sky of whatever day you choose. Rolls-Royce added shooting stars into the constellation. On black badge models, the shooting stars dart predominantly over the front occupants, as, being driver-focused, that's where you're encouraged to sit. The production of the Starlight headliner takes between 9 and 17 hours to complete. This employee is a specialist in woodworking and wood trim for the car. He takes care of polishing and checking all wooden parts. Each piece, carefully handcrafted from woods such as walnut, maple, and elm, takes several hours of work. The polishing of the wood paneling is manual using sanders and polishers. In the case of Rolls-Royce cars, many hours are also devoted to sewing. One Rolls-Royce car will use the hides from approximately 20 bulls, raised in cold climates to prevent marks from insect bites. Rolls-Royce does this by only sourcing from bulls, since cows can get unwelcome stretch marks during pregnancy. Furthermore, those bulls only come from Europe, where the higher altitudes mean fewer mosquitoes and other insects, minimizing bite marks. The quality control of the shimmering sky on the ceiling of the Rolls-Royce is now underway. Katarzyna is now checking all the elements of the interior. She must proceed gently and no mistakes must be overlooked. In Rolls-Royce cars, the emphasis is extremely high on the rear seats. This car maker specializes in rear seat comfort. Attention to detail and focus are essential requirements for every worker inside this British Goodwood factory. This is the Spirit of Ecstasy sculpture, equals bonnet mascot of the Rolls-Royce cars. Rolls-Royce has a single electric model, the Rolls-Royce Spectre, in production from 2023. The constellation of each Starlight headliner is completely unique to the owner. There are more than 45,000 paint colors to choose from on Rolls-Royce cars. It is also possible to add, for example, the color of your dog or the color of your hair. Rolls-Royce has a special department where they will replicate this color and make it a unique color for your future car. This color will be yours alone. It will bear your name and you will have it officially registered, making every car completely unique. Once the color is selected, the car maker matches the chosen color with a range of other materials. Rolls-Royce cars are usually bought by wealthy owners who sit in the backseat and are used to having their own driver. Manufacturing processes have been greatly modernized in the last decade. This is one of the reasons why Rolls-Royce is able to produce more cars. After painting, the bodywork is transported for polishing and quality control. In 2010, only 3,200 Rolls-Royce cars were produced for the entire year. For the last 2 years, over 6,000 cars have been produced annually. This employee's name is Claudia. She inspects and polishes the finished car bodywork. This automaker's goal is to maintain its global reputation for excellence. That's why the emphasis is on maintaining the highest possible quality. These factory workers are now working on the main assembly line, where they assemble shock absorbers, brake discs, and chassis arms. Rolls-Royce Ghost has long been lauded for its near-silent cabin. Rolls-Royce wanted to take things even further, or quieter, with the second iteration of its exquisite saloon. To do this, engineers came up with a new formula of serenity, which involved equipping the car with a rigid aluminum space frame that conducts less noise. Then they packed the car's roof, trunk, and floor with 220 pounds of sound-absorbing materials. The result is a ride so quiet and smooth, you just might forget you're in the backseat of a car. Each and every Rolls-Royce motor car is designed and manufactured exclusively at this brand's innovative facility in Goodwood in England's West Sussex. Employees usually work in trousers and a t-shirt with the company emblem. The Rolls-Royce brand prides itself on unsurpassed quality and craftsmanship, and this is apparent in every model in the lineup. This employee follows a predetermined checklist for interior quality control. A solid dashboard is synonymous with luxury. The chrome elements are set in a wooden base. Rolls-Royce cars boast a minimal error rate. It is comparable only to other supercars. Polishing and visual inspection takes several hours for each car. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei is believed to have a private collection of around 500 Rolls-Royces, the largest collection of its kind in the world. Spirit of Ecstasy is an emblem that is retracted when the engine is off. It is mounted on a spring-loaded mechanism designed to retract instantly into the radiator shell if struck from any direction. Now the car will be started for the first time, and the next phase of the production process will begin. In these illuminated LED tunnels, the appearance of the bodywork is checked again, and further quality control begins. Of course, the factory is working on hundreds of cars at the same time, in various stages of production. The convertible function, opening and closing the roof, is also checked here. Minor adjustments and fine-tuning are underway in this glass part of this British Goodwood factory. Typical of Rolls-Royce cars, the rear doors open in reverse for a more comfortable exit from the car. Rolls-Royce interior features are a showcase of luxury and opulence. Manufacturing cars is a long, difficult, expensive process, even in the best of times, and even for the ultra-luxury automakers who pull out all the stops in making the most rarefied of vehicles. The BBC called Rolls-Royce probably one of the most recognized icons in the world. The name Rolls-Royce entered the English language as a superlative. Once completed, these cars will be transported to their future owners. Each car is pre-built to order. Now the Rolls-Royce car will be taken to the special shower room. Here, high-pressure jets of water are launched at the car from all sides. This will test the waterproofing and sealing of the car's interior. Not a drop of water can get inside the car. The passenger compartment must be completely waterproof. This employee of the testing department also examines the noise resistance of the car's interior. Every car built at this British factory is tested in this way, and every car must pass this test. More than 200 aluminum pieces and 300 alloy parts must be hand welded. Upholstery requires 75 square meters of material and about 17 days to complete. The next test is the dynamometer, where the engine power and speed will be tested. Rolls-Royce car prices have been rising due to inflation in recent years, as have cars from other brands. Each Rolls-Royce car takes 60 pairs of hands, more than 440 hours to design, build, and produce. Now they need to test the chassis and suspension capabilities. BMW says it will produce these combustion engine cars until 2030, after which the company will produce only electric models. The average Rolls-Royce owner has 10 different cars to choose from in their garage. Colorful decorations on the exterior are not done by a robot. Everything is handmade by specialized professionals. Only 2,400 employees work inside this Rolls-Royce factory. Buying a Rolls-Royce is more challenging than buying a regular car. Appointments need to be made, and the waiting time for delivery is much longer. Last year, Rolls-Royce produced more than 6,000 cars. The red interior color is often a desirable option, combination of red leather and wood paneling. Its upholstery requires 75 square meters of material and about 17 days to complete. According to many, Rolls-Royce is the world's most luxurious car brand. As in 2024, Cullinan was the most requested Rolls-Royce model worldwide, followed by Ghost. Rolls-Royce Motor Cars has been part of the BMW Group since 2003. Computer-aided design software is used to create detailed 3D digital models, allowing designers to explore design options and make changes easily. The individual parts are sewn together by hand by these employees. However, the RR emblems are embroidered automatically. The detailed image took over a month to conceive, design, and complete, and consists of over 250,000 stitches. Over the recent years, Rolls-Royce brought beautiful fabrics back into the car, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in bespoke design. The advantage of using textiles is that it allows for so many beautiful details and creates a sense of curation. The adjustable nature of textiles makes it a perfect medium for bespoke craftsmanship. Using hand tools, the skin is fluffed and bubbles are removed. The woodwork for this latest drop-tail model, named Arcadia after the mythical Greek phrase meaning heaven on earth, reportedly took 8,000 hours to create, without factoring in testing. There are in fact 11 different veneers used in the home of Rolls-Royce collection marquetry, which are American walnut, fumed oak, aspen, sycamore, maple, holly, Indian mahogany, Brazilian mahogany, satinwood, and Rolls-Royce smoked oak. Each car is hand-built in this Rolls-Royce factory and takes almost 6 months to complete. Automotive designers use analog sketches and digital drawings to create models with aerodynamics, elegance, modernity, and safety in mind. Designs and sketches of the individual parts of the car's interior allow for great customization. Rolls-Royce Ghost has long been lauded for its near-silent cabin. To create a virtually silent ride, Rolls-Royce adds approximately 300 pounds of acoustic insulation around the cabin. The result is a ride so quiet and smooth, you just might forget you're in the backseat of a car. The processed wooden parts are carried out in a large warehouse where ideal humidity and temperature are maintained. Rolls-Royce Motor Cars reports a highly successful last year with strong business performance and bespoke commissions at record levels. The Spirit of Ecstasy may be the most famous hood ornament in automotive history. Because of that, Rolls-Royce hasn't changed it much since it was first introduced. The lit-up Spirit of Ecstasy has since been banned in the EU. Official reason is that the illuminated ornament creates too much light pollution. Company's positive economic impact grew further with the creation of 180 new jobs at the home of Rolls-Royce. New investment announced to increase capabilities for electric vehicle production, bespoke commissions, and future growth in coach build activities. The most detailed single piece of embroidery to feature in a Rolls-Royce is a peregrine falcon, the fastest bird in the world. The photorealistic design consists of nearly 250,000 stitches and took a team of designers, craftspeople, and engineers over 1 month to develop. Hundreds of stitches must be made to sew a single Rolls-Royce logo into the leather. Fortunately, a machine can handle it. The leather covers must now be stretched over the head restraints and the entire seat. Since sumptuous leather abounds in any roller, ensuring that each inch is blemish-free is a requisite. Rolls-Royce's leather experts use chalk markings to carefully detect and remove the smallest imperfections, including scars and insect bites. Rolls-Royce does this by only sourcing from bulls, since cows can get unwelcome stretch marks during pregnancy. Furthermore, those bulls only come from Europe, where the higher altitudes mean fewer mosquitoes and other insects, minimizing bite marks. Seat covers are also processed in this cobbler's workshop. This employee who performs the detailed painting wears a white protective suit against paint contamination. Using hand tools, the skin is fluffed and bubbles are removed. The leather inside the cars must not squeak or make any sound when sitting. The highest quality of leather and workmanship guarantees its durability for decades. The seats are designed to be comfortable, with features such as a heating and cooling system. Volkswagen continued to produce Rolls-Royce branded vehicles between 1998 and 2003. This gave BMW time to build a new Rolls-Royce administrative headquarters and production facility on the Goodwood estate near Chichester, West Sussex, and develop the Phantom, the first Rolls-Royce from the new company. The seats are pre-assembled and then delivered to the main assembly line, where the assembly inside the car is completed. Rolls-Royce Dawn seats can be electronically adjusted for height, tilt, and lumbar support to provide maximum comfort and support. It is a modular platform that utilizes an aluminum space frame chassis. It is available with rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive setups. The processed wooden parts are carried out in a large warehouse where ideal humidity and temperature are maintained. Rolls-Royce Phantom continues to reign supreme as the marque's pinnacle product.
Yes, please.
With Wraith's departure from the portfolio, Rolls-Royce has now made its last ever V12 coupe, an historic moment. Equipped with an 8-speed satellite-aided automatic transmission, the Rolls-Royce Wraith is known for its smooth shifting and fuel efficiency. With the help of a conveyor and a workpiece carrier, the marriage process between the body and the powertrain is carried out. The Rolls-Royce Wraith is equipped with systems such as active anti-roll bars, adaptive dampers, and electronic stability control for a smoother ride. Rolls-Royce Wraith Luminary is a limited edition model of which only 55 units were manufactured and is inspired by the night sky. When shocks hit the chassis, the comfort inside the car is greater than other ordinary cars. The current Rolls-Royce Black Badge lineup includes the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, Wraith, and the Dawn Black Badge cars. The Luminary features a unique lighting system with 180 LEDs that mimic a shooting star, creating different lighting effects from front to back. Rolls-Royce Wraith has soft close feature for its doors, which closes them smoothly and quietly. Analog sketches are used to communicate design ideas to engineers, stylists, and executives, promoting alignment and a smooth design process. The body painting process is partly automated by robotic arms and partly by hand. Rolls-Royce car bodies are stored here in one place, awaiting transport to the main assembly line. Now the lights, doors, hood, engine, chassis, and other parts of the car will be installed. The car bodies are moved manually by trolleys within the production hall. After completion, they are transported back to their place. Once the front dashboard is attached, the wiring starts to be connected according to the predetermined checklist. The protective fabric is stretched over the bodywork to protect it from accidental damage. You are now following an earlier process phase called marriage, chassis and body assembly. Rolls-Royce's now iconic hood ornament, the Spirit of Ecstasy, debuted in 1911. The Rolls-Royce Le Rose Noir Droptail is valued at an astonishing $30 million. It is one of the most expensive cars in the world. Like the boat tail, some variants include clocks that can be removed and worn as watches. The Rolls-Royce Wraith is the fastest Rolls-Royce ever made, with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Elizabeth II had several Rolls-Royce vehicles, including the official state car, the Phantom 6. These powerful sewing machines are increasingly being used to embroider designs into leather. The Rolls-Royce brand was founded in 1904. Since then, it has changed hands several times. At least 65% of all Rolls-Royce cars ever to emerge from the production line are still operational and on the roads today. You now know that Rolls-Royce cars are expensive, but they are definitely built to last. Some models are still in use over a century after they were first produced. If you're looking for luxury, sit inside any Rolls-Royce and you'll be surrounded by only the best you can get. Personally, I consider the white interior to be the most luxurious. It looks spacious and clean.